Check it out, 4 baby ducklings.
Hey, it's alright now. Listen to such a beautiful sound. Hey, it's alright now, but I don't know if I can take another go round.
Good morning. Up early, I gotta get going, run some errands. So we're gonna check in on all the animals. All right, we got a lot in store for today. Becky's gonna do some work in the garden. I'm gonna work on a table. I'm gonna work on finishing that table. We're gonna have some fun. We've got some family in town. Becky's sister, brother-in-law, our nephew are all in town. And we're gonna go out on the water today and have some fun on Becky's dad's boat. So those turkeys are looking great. They're getting huge, which is really gonna give us a choice to make soon because we really only wanna raise one breed of turkey. So we'll have to figure that out as far as what to do with all our turkeys. All right, you guys ready? Release those chickens.
Hey, now you know you have to decide, and you gotta tell me what's on your mind. Wait a while, you gotta take a deep breath. I can make you.
These were our 2 ducklings that we recently moved all of them over into the main flock. And after the first day or 2, we found the 3rd one was out here dead in a corner. Couldn't quite tell if it had been, beaten from the other chickens, but these guys are doing great. So I'm not sure what happened to that one, but it didn't last too long out here. I didn't really see him getting picked on, so I just can't tell what happened to that one. And you in there, buddy? What's going on, Mr. Turkey? Mrs. Turkey? Betty? Look at ants just take over this egg that we had thrown away over here. These guys are the same age as the other chicken tractor where the chicken is raising the turkeys, but there's only a couple chickens in there. So these are the other chickens that didn't have a mama hen to take care of them. And lastly, we just have to open this chicken tractor and we're all set for the day. And our broody hen in here, our Silky, she is doing just wonderful. She never gets up off these eggs, do you? I'll tell Becky about that. She checked on the chicken last night. One of the eggs was way away from the broody hen. That stinks. That means it's been sitting all night without being sat on. All right, well that is it for our chicken chore routine. Let's go over to Becky and see what she's up to in the garden.
It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. That when your garden takes off more than you knew. My tomato plants have gotten bigger than I had thought, so I'm putting cages on it. And it's easier when they're smaller, but when they start branching out and they're getting pretty big, it's kind of hard to get them in these little cages here. So I'm having little issues. I'm having to cut the bottom wire just to get them around the plant, but they are definitely taking off. I feel like I was just out here a couple days ago and they were just still little plants, and now they're huge. So I definitely need to get these wire cages on and get these propped up, because pretty soon we'll have some tomatoes coming on and the branches are gonna get heavier and it's gonna be hard to hold these up. And I've got so many. I didn't realize how many I planted. I think I've got some tomato volunteer plants growing up in here because last year I had my tomatoes here and I know I only planted 6 and then 2 more later on. So, but here's a volunteer because it's out of my row. And then there's an extra volunteer right here. It's always a bonus to having volunteer tomatoes. And I had some volunteer cilantro growing up in between the tomatoes and in there by the broccoli and peppers. So doing some garden work today, even though it's extremely hot out here. It's It's probably in the 90s. The boys are down for a nap, and this is the time to work. So there are my tomato plants. I got them all wire caged up because they're doing really good. Now I found something else in the barn. I found some cattle panel wire rings that I have taken apart, and I think I'm going to drape them over this. So when I have cucumber, I have melon, I have watermelon. I'm going to put it over here and have them climb over the cattle panels kind of as a archway type thing, so that they'll have some more space to grow instead of all over the place in here. Hopefully they'll grow over. I don't like wasps, but if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. And I was up in their space and they didn't bother me, so whew, guess I'm just lucky. Whew, it's hot up there. Hope that's enough room for them to kind of expand out, and then if their fruit's too big, it'll drop down in between. It'll be easy to pick. That's my theory. We'll see if that works out. But I think that's all for the day in the garden. I'm gonna go get cooled off, get a cool drink, and head inside.
We finally got our hinges in, our little hinges to make Uriah the kids' table. So let me pull that out here and we'll put that together real quick. So if you remember this table we made, it's been almost 2 weeks since Uriah's birthday, so we finally got these hinges in. It took them a little while to get here. So I'm gonna try to put them on here, and they should keep these legs locked in and then should lock out when they come up. So let's see if that works. Okay, so far that's pretty sweet. Locks in right there, and then you just push down on that, and then it'll come right in there. That is pretty cool. I'll be sure to link this material. It did take maybe 2 weeks to come in, so I think they were a little low on supplies, but I'll link these hinges if you guys are interested in them. So here's this table as a slim piece. My only problem is that I didn't quite calculate for each hinge to take up some of the space, so these pieces just slightly overlap. So I just need to trim maybe 1/4 of an inch off and sand it back down, and I can get these legs to fit in just perfectly. As far as the table goes, this thing's looking really cool. And the next thing we'll have to do is make some foldable chairs. And just like that, the table's good to go. Check it out, we've got 4 baby ducklings. Out of our 7 eggs, we have new muscovies on the farm. chilly out here, but we're gonna go on the boat with the fam. Let's go have a good time. I have never been boating with this family. I've been a part of it for 10 years.
I think I've
To think about it hurts.
I feel like
I told Melissa that Asher's only been a part of this family for 2 years and already he's boating.
You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. Well, I thought I knew what life was all about. That song had already been sung. I was going on, still minding my own business. Never knew the life had just begun. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life.
The world famous boating bars. Ready? I want to hear the bites. I've waited for this moment my entire life. It's hard to believe it's coming true right now.
You had to make sure you're going to stick around, I guess. You're committed to this family before you can have a boating bar.
First boating bar, what do you think?
You crossing things off your bucket list?
I'm going to go for round 2. That's what I think.
You're not rainbow.
Oh, you know, just jumping over kids. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. We had a ton of fun today. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for your time. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking to us through the comments, and we'll see you next time. Good night, guys.